Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage His Royal Highness Prince Fahd bin Mansour bin Nasser Al Saud, founder and CEO, Favro, and Marwan Jamal, co-founder and MD, Gen Saudi.
Assalamu alaikum, Small Amir. Welcome, Your Royal Highness, and it's really a pleasure having you on board. I know you're an entrepreneur yourself. You founded a couple of companies, and you're running and growing one of your own right now. Besides to that, you're also have been advocating for youth and young entrepreneurship in Saudi Arabia and globally. And one of the initiatives that you're pushing for is YEA in the G20, and that's a huge global initiative. So I want to start by asking you, why youth and young entrepreneurship and young entrepreneurs, and what would be the impact that we should be looking for?
First of all, it's a pleasure to be with you here in the GEC. Today, when we talk about youth, youth are the future of our nations, and I believe investing in them is going to make the economy better in the future. And I believe that, as we all know, that 80% of the world economy depends on SMEs. However, I wanted to highlight that only 3% of them are entrepreneurial startups. So today there is a lot of things that we'd like to support in order to reach to the impact that we'd like to have in the future of the entrepreneurship ecosystem. And I would like to say that today the success rate of startups is 10%. However, if we compare it with other industries, we'd find that many industries has exceeded this number, and that means that we're just scratching the surface of the entrepreneurial industry. And I'll give an example of the health and medical industry. 500 years ago, when people used to have operations, the failure rate is 90%. However, today, the success rate is 90%. And that's all because of all the support and investment and efforts that has been put into the medical industry. And we hope that we'd see this in the next decade or 100 or 500 years in the entrepreneurship industry. And by doing that, I believe that the impact we'd like to have is to increase the success rate in startups, and I believe this will be really great for our future and the economy.
Well said, well put. So about the support that we're providing to the young entrepreneur, which part should we be focusing on, and how we can get them to become better?
There are a lot of things that we can support entrepreneurship ecosystem with, and specifically entrepreneurs. By actually filtering and identifying the entrepreneurial startups from the ordinary SMEs, I believe this is one thing that will support us to know how can we support entrepreneurs that needs a specific kind of support. If we see today a lot of VCs and angels and even public sectors and governments, they started to identify the difference between an ordinary SME and entrepreneurial SME. And today, Munshaat, they have a program for the potential unicorns of Saudi Arabia, and they have a list of companies that they believe are identified as entrepreneurial startups that has the appetite of exponential growth. And this alone gives us a focused way to support entrepreneurs and to make sure that we add and increase the percentage of the entrepreneurial startups in the SMEs industry.
Your Royal Highness, I totally agree with you. Definitely two different sets of journeys in each between small and medium enterprises and the entrepreneurs. So, well put. About the type of support in building their capacity and helping them to have the education, the skills, how we can do that, or what would be the best method to use in educating them?
Today, we think that education is enough to have in schools and introduce the entrepreneurship programs. However, I believe there is a lot of things that needs to be supported with the education. Today, as a student, when you graduate from your high school, most of the students, they don't even know what they want to be, and they don't have any real-life experience of the majors they're going into. And this is something that I would like to highlight, because if I want to be an entrepreneur and I don't know how it looks like in the real life, I think that this is a very big reason for me to fail, because sometimes when you go into any major or any career, you find out sometimes that it is not a fit for you. And I'm not saying that we can't do something great in our lives. However, you need to understand and know yourself and what is fit for you, because you can become great in whatever fits you. You can become great being an entrepreneur, you can be great being a doctor or a government official, and so on. So I believe that we should have opportunities for people and students who would like to be entrepreneurs to live the real experience, shadowing founders in different stages of businesses, and also shadowing VCs to understand how they take decisions when investing. And I believe this will raise the quality of entrepreneurs in the future, and this will definitely increase the impact that we talked about, which is increasing the success rate of startups.
That's nice. Targeting everyone is good, but do you think that, so in your opinion, do you believe that everyone is cut to be an entrepreneur? Is entrepreneurship for everyone?
I believe not everything is for everyone. So today I might be an entrepreneur and I might do well being an entrepreneur. However, I might not be great in being a sports athlete or being a doctor. And I believe this is also something that is related to entrepreneurship. The journey of entrepreneurship is a journey that has pros and cons, as any journey in life. And being aware of this journey is the most important thing before deciding if you are fit to become an entrepreneur or not. There are a lot of people that believe that you should be an entrepreneur because it's a trend, or they believe that being an entrepreneur is easy, and they just see the social media quotes and motivational accounts, and they just see the end result and they don't see what is in between. And I want to share Elon Musk's advice to entrepreneurs. I watched a video on YouTube where he was surprisingly saying to entrepreneurs, it's so hard, please don't do it. And that surprised me because he was sharing his journey and how hard it is for him, and it was a hard journey for him to reach to where he got. Every entrepreneur would like to become the next Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Mark Zuckerberg. However, there are a lot of things and a lot of barriers and a lot of ups and downs in this journey that needs to be shared with everyone that wants to be an entrepreneur, not to make them run away of becoming entrepreneurs, but just to make them prepared and make them get all the knowledge and experience they could before getting into this field. And we would love to see more entrepreneurs and much more qualified as well entrepreneurs in the market, because this is just going to make our economy better. And I believe that's why we're all here, and that's why everyone is supporting this ecosystem.
Cool. So if that's the case, so who would be an entrepreneur? Or different way of putting this, what would be the cognitive skills and personality that we would need in an entrepreneur?
I'll try to summarize it in words. However, I believe that there is not a specific personality that fits an entrepreneur. I believe entrepreneurs need to be brave, they need to be agile, they need to have patience, resilience, they need to be coachable. I believe that they need to be fast when making decisions. They need to be aware of the reality of the entrepreneurship journey before getting into the market. And they need to know that there might come sacrifices in being an entrepreneur, as in any other sectors. However, you'll sacrifice your health, your wealth, you'll also lose some of your social life, and you'll also have limited time for your family time. So I believe that these things are really important for anyone that would like to become an entrepreneur. And with the support that we're seeing in Saudi, the region, and the whole world, I believe this is something that will really shape entrepreneurs to become better, to become knowledgeable, to become aware, to become braver when they find the support and the strong base that they can rely on. I believe all of this will shape entrepreneurs and will shape the ecosystem of the entrepreneurs in every nation.
That's lovely. In your opinion, how can we build the capacity and the capabilities for the young entrepreneurs? So what type of programs or what type of support we can do for them?
As I mentioned today, when you're going into the medical school, before you get your degree, you need to shadow doctors, get into the operation rooms and be hands-on. And after reaching to a certain qualification result, then you become a doctor. And the same thing, I believe, needs to be done with entrepreneurs, getting the real-life experience, shadowing founders, shadowing VCs, angel investors, doing trainings in the government entities that are working on enabling entrepreneurs to understand the whole ecosystem before getting into the market. So I believe that this thing alone will give everyone the chance to join the entrepreneurial ecosystem in a very good way that will have a good impact on the economy.
That's nice. There is a lot that can be built with transferring knowledge and transferring experience from the experienced entrepreneurs to the younger ones. So overall, when we look at the young entrepreneurial ecosystem in Saudi Arabia, from your mind, so what do you think we can do to start with in boosting the youth in Saudi Arabia? How we can start?
I believe that we already started, and what's happening is amazing. We've seen rapid growth in every angle of the entrepreneurial ecosystem. The entrepreneurs are qualified, the private sector are doing their best to support the ecosystem. The government entities that are responsible about all the regulations are doing their best. Munshaat today is doing a really good job in putting all the strong base for entrepreneurs and investors locally, regionally, and globally to join a healthy ecosystem. Today, the awareness of entrepreneurship is really in a good situation. People know about entrepreneurship. They appreciate entrepreneurs and everyone in the ecosystem. I believe if we're talking about Saudi, we are the first in 4 global indicators, which reflects everything that we're seeing here in the entrepreneurial ecosystem. And I believe that the awareness of the leadership, His Majesty King Salman and the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, is the main drive for this change, and everyone here is seeing the result. And one of the results that we're seeing is being here in Saudi and having everyone from the globe joining us in this amazing event. And I believe this is just the beginning, and I believe that Saudi will be the first nation that will break the number of success rate rate of entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial startups. So for me, I'm happy to be in this ecosystem. I'm so proud to say that in front of everyone, and I believe that from here till 2030, we'll even see better and better results. And I would like to as well salute all the entrepreneurs in Saudi and around the world for being the real heroes in the global economy. And I believe that appreciating what the entrepreneurs are doing and sacrificing and going through is something that we all should have in our minds and hearts when we talk about entrepreneurship and think about them. And I believe that every entrepreneur would like to thank everyone that is giving and supporting them in the entrepreneurial ecosystem. And without having everyone working together, I believe it's going to be really hard to improve in the future. And the result of working together is what we're seeing today in Saudi. So I thank everyone, and I believe that the next phase of entrepreneurship, especially in Saudi Arabia, will be really exciting. And we're happy to have everyone here in the GEC, and everyone that would like to join our ecosystem. We definitely look forward to be with them and support them.
Yes, I love that. There is definitely more power in collaboration, network, working together, especially with the global community with such wonderful leadership. Saudi Arabia and the supporters of the youth in Saudi Arabia, how we can make this boosted and go further.
I believe that keep doing what you're doing. There are a lot of people that are inspired by everything that has been done, and many people are wanting to join this ecosystem. And when we talk about young entrepreneurs, it doesn't mean that we don't want or we don't care about elder entrepreneurs, because today experienced entrepreneurs are doing actually better than young entrepreneurs, which is the reality of the indicators we're seeing. And we'd like to also say that today there is not only entrepreneurs, there are intrapreneurs, which are in organizations and companies, which are adding a lot of value to each organization they're working with. And they are also part of our ecosystem, so we don't want to keep them left out. And one of the main advices to everyone that is going on into the entrepreneurship journey, it's amazing, it's exciting, it's interesting, it's not easy, but it's doable, and we can reach to everything we plan for. And I believe with all the support that is given to us, it should make it easier for us. And we'd like to see more and more entrepreneurs that join us. And we're all here to share with you our knowledge, our experience, the pros and cons, and the reality of entrepreneurship. And I believe today, Marwan, being the managing director of GEN in Saudi Arabia, will have a huge responsibility to connect the Saudi entrepreneurs with the world, and we'll work with Marwan and with everyone within the GEN organization to be able to connect and activate the G20 young entrepreneurs with the world and share everything that can be shared. As we know, we learn from each other, and we'll always be supporting each other. The entrepreneurship ecosystem is one big family. I can see that every time when we have an event that is related to entrepreneurship, everyone are happy to see each other. They want to hear more about the good news. They support others that have went through hard times, and I believe that we'll always be together and we'll support each other. And I again salute everyone within this ecosystem and thank them, and I appreciate everything that they have been doing and will still be doing to make the entrepreneurship industry a better industry in the future.
Highness, it would be an honor working with you and getting this up and running. For this topic that is very dear to my heart, your speech, your words has been really inspirational, and we hope that we can see much more done, and we keep pushing the wheel forward in Saudi Arabia, giving a great example to the world.
Inshallah.
So, inshallah.
I wish that we were able to share with you the reality of being an entrepreneur. That's the main goal of this session with Marwan, and we're happy to always share with you the reality and be transparent about this industry.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much for your contribution, Your Highness, and we hope to help with it.